They are the early morning dog walks that I've been waiting for. Sharp, crisp, fresh early mornings. It's the perfect way to start the day. I love it when the sun rises and the sheep turn golden, and it's just a very, very pleasurable experience. There's like a coldness against your skin that just wakes you up. I followed that walk this morning with a quick gym session. Gym session is a little bit of a stretch. It was more of a stretch than a gym session, but nevertheless, feeling pumped and ready for the day. I've actually been spending a little bit of time, hence why we're in the wardrobe, organising some outfits and some looks for some upcoming events, but also for some get ready with me videos that I'm going to be sharing on my channels in the coming month. So I thought I'll quickly run you through them. YouTube gets to see them first. I'm not going to style the outfits up right now. You'll have to head over to my other platforms to see those looks put together, but I thought I would just run you through some of the pieces because I've actually picked up quite a few new pairs of shoes, a couple of new jackets, some new trousers, and so we can run through not all but some of it right now, and I thought that's what we would do. But how are we? I hope everybody had a lovely holiday. I know that this is my first video back, which is way late into the month, but I personally love making the most of the slow start to the year. I feel like it's the only time of the year that I can get away with it, and so I jump on the opportunity, and I've literally just spent loads of time organising and getting on top of everything non-work related, which has felt amazing. Like, I feel cleansed. It's given me the opportunity to focus on dealing with some of the trades at the house and just other stuff basically. I also found myself learning some new skill sets over the holidays. I found a little bit of a passion for polishing shoes, and a bit of a niche one, I know. I think I was kind of like triggered through a video that I saw, which was a gentleman that I really enjoy following over on TikTok called Rhodes Wood. They're a northern-based tailoring company, and he made a remark about seeing a guy on, I think it was like a tube or a train or something, and he said he looked impeccable, his suit fitted amazingly. And he said, and I looked down on his feet and he just had scruffy shoes on, and I felt like it really let down the look. And I thought, do you know what, that is so true. I spend lots of time cleaning my shoes, but there has been many a time that I've just been too busy, and so I've just chucked my shoes into the shoe cupboard, and the next time I come to wear them, again, I'm rushing, I don't have time to clean them, and I end up running out the door with slightly scruffy, dirty shoes. And in that moment, I said to myself, that has to change. I have to make the time to look after and care for the things that I own. And so I then did some further education. I went on and brought a couple of little bits and bobs that I thought could help with keeping on top of my shoes. And so I'll be sharing that knowledge and the things that I've picked up to do that at some stage over on this channel, because it can be quite lengthy, and there's obviously different brushes for different shoes, depends on whether you're doing suede or whether you're doing leather, waxes, creams, and so on. So we can talk through that stuff. It's a very therapeutic kind of practice, and ultimately you'll end up with really nice, smart looking shoes, which for me is something that I started getting into after that in the back end of last year, but I kind of like taking it to the next step now. I've actually put my money where my mouth is and invested in some good products and some equipment or some tools to help execute that work. So that's the first sort of skill set that I was homing in on a little bit over the holidays, and by no means am I any expert or professional. And so, like everything in life, I'll continue to learn and home in on that craft. The second thing, off the back of my collaboration with DeLonghi on the L'Specialista, I've decided to practice doing coffee art. Coffee art is something that I think I've wanted to do for many years, but I've never seriously sort of taken any steps or ever tried to do so. Primarily because I've never had a machine, so I haven't had the right equipment to do the job, but I've also not taken the steps to try to make sure that I had that in place. Off the back of this collaboration, I of course was equipped with the tools, and so I spent lots of time over the holidays just trying to practice to see if I can get closer to creating some coffee art. We're making progress. It is by no means there yet. It's a little bit of a craft, getting everything dialed in, getting the espresso right, getting the milk froth to the right setting. I'm sure there are lots of people watching this that are absolute experts at this. I just think it's a really lovely thing to be able to do. It's kind of creative. It's something that you can challenge yourself with and you can expand and grow with. And it's something that I want to be able to enjoy, something that I can wake up in the morning, I enjoy my coffee, which is a very enjoyable experience as it is. I can then double that up with trying to do some coffee art and expand it on that skill set. The last thing, what was the last skill set that I've been trying to home in on? We had polishing, coffee art. Oh yes, I finally got around to sharpening my knives from Blenheim Forge. Over the holidays, Lydia actually picked me up the most beautiful carving set from Blenheim Forge. And I was like, do you know what, it's probably time that I sharpened my knives that I've had now for probably nearly a year. I remember I opened them on this channel. And so I got the whetstone out, I watched a few videos, I primed it, and we got going. It's a little bit of a skill. You definitely need to work on the technique a little bit, but I get the general gist, and I've got sharp knives. I can cut paper with my knives, so that was something that I really enjoy doing as well. I still have one more knife to do, so again, probably share that process on this channel. But there's just been a few things really that I've been pottering around, cracking on with, just taking it slow and steady. But I think this morning's walk has cemented yet again the importance and the enjoyment that Lids and I get from those in the morning. I was actually out on my own this morning, but we have been walking together pretty much over the whole of the holidays. Lydia's really busy today on a shoot, so she had to get up really early. I think she was up at about 5 or 4:30, and she was gone before the sun rose. So I was on a solo mission today. But before I spend the whole video standing here rambling on, I hope you all have had a wonderful holidays and you're all getting settled into 2023. I'm gonna quickly spend some time running through these looks and sharing some pieces with you, and then we'll get busy with the day. So I've actually got a couple of rails organized with, how many looks have we actually got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 looks. Not done too badly. And so, like I said, I'm not gonna go through everything, but I thought I would just quickly run you through a couple of the looks just so I can share with you some of the new bits that I've picked up for the season ahead. So firstly, I'm sort of experimenting a little bit here with colour. You know this tie right here that I think I showed you in a video just before Christmas from Cavor. This is obviously in quite a bright colour orange. It's that kind of like Hermes orange, I guess you would say. At the back you'll see there. But it's just a nice, simple, kind of like traditional pattern tie. And I've decided to team it up with this burnt orange unconstructed jacket from Sustra & Hicks. This is actually a jacket that I had made, I think it was in, do you know what? Years have just been completely lost on me. I don't know if it was last year or if it was at the start of 21. Anyway, this is obviously a lot more vibrant, but with a white shirt breaking up in between, I just felt like it worked. So this was like the foundation, the base of the look that I was working with. And I also recently picked up some trousers. These are actually made to order. The company that I got these from are called Massimo Corrado. They've been absolutely fantastic. I actually contacted them directly and said, look, help me out. I'm going to try and get these measured up. There are a few fabrics that I've seen on your site that I'd really love to work with. And I, in particular, am struggling with your size guide and how you want us to take the measurements. And so I ended up just finding a pair of trousers that I had already in my wardrobe from Loro Piana, and I took the measurements, I sent them photos, and they said, okay, great, we've got those. What would you like us to do? And so we basically quickly talked through some of the details, like the side adjusters, the small pocket up the front here, the turn-ups, the size of those, and I think I've also got a single pleat. No, I went for a double pleat, very me. Fit's pretty good, it's not perfect. I've decided to go again and order another pair and make some amendments, just so they're a little bit wider, which would mean they're a little bit more comfortable, and also just work on slightly tightening in the waistline. But in general, I don't think that I often find trousers off the hanger that fit as well as these did. So I would say that it was a success. Not perfect yet, but certainly I'm getting there. And I thought that these worked really nicely against the orange jacket. So that's kind of like the foundation of the look with the Charles Tyrwhitt white shirt. And I'm also going to be teaming it up with this lovely cashmere scarf here, which was a lovely gift from Johnston's of Elgin. And as you can see, we've got the AG initials embroidered here at the bottom. So I felt like this tied in the trousers with the jacket. And then just to finish off the look, I'm gonna be going for this faux suede jacket from River Island. I get very tempted to invest in a really nice jacket like this, but I'm still not sure whether I get enough wear out of this jacket. And so I'm kind of like on the fence, because a really nice suede jacket can be very pricey. So at the moment, I'm gonna stick with this. It fits quite nicely. And the creme de la creme are these new loafers from Crockett & Jones. I actually picked these up from Burlington Arcade over Christmas time. Liz and I actually went over there a couple of times. We spent a bit of time around the area. They've got some beautiful shops around that kind of area in London, New Bond Street area. These were, I believe, a collaboration between the Gents Journal and Crockett & Jones. The only thing I still need to have done is I need to have something put on the bottom. You can get these like gel, kind of like clear pads that give you a bit more grip. Because the soles on these are really smooth and soft, that it can be quite slippery. So I am gonna have that done, but these are the shoes that I decided to pair together with this look. They tie the whole thing in really nicely. They elevate the look, they make it a bit more smarter. And so yeah, I'm really looking to get some good use out of these. They're gonna be a very special shoe. And with all that new polishing gear of mine, these are gonna be staying nice and fresh. The second look that I've decided to put together is like my favorite tone. So we've got green, brown, and gray. The focus for this look was this cashmere overcoat from Theory. I really wanted to put an outfit together where I'm getting more use out of this jacket. Predominantly, I like to wear it with black, like as an example, what I'm wearing right now. Works really nicely, but it's quite safe. So I wanted to take a look at some of the other items in my wardrobe that I can put together to get some more wear out of this. And I recently received these lovely trousers from Reiss. They actually have an elasticated waistband, which means they're incredibly comfortable, but more suited for casual looks. They have got a very small turn up at the bottom, and the actual drawstring on these is hidden, so they don't look really relaxed. They're definitely a trouser that you can get away with wearing in sort of like smart casual environments as opposed to like fully casual. So I think that's quite nice because you get that comfort. They're in a really nice sort of dark coloured green, and they've got a single pleat down the front. I'm going to be wearing these with a Reiss houndstooth jacket that you've seen many times on this channel. It's a really small houndstooth, and I really like the fact that it's nice subtle detail. I do want to get a jacket with a big leery houndstooth on it, but yeah, this is a double breast, and naturally brown and green work very well together. And then I'm going with this herringbone tie, which I'm not sure if you can pick it up on the camera. I think we can. Yeah, there we go. Very lovely. It's from, never heard of this brand. I think it says Corneliani. I'm not 100% sure. Do you know what? I can't even remember where I purchased this from. I believe that I was sort of like busy on Farfetch or My Teresa, just buying a load of ties, and this was on there, and that's where I grabbed it. It knots up quite nicely. I would have liked it to have been a little bit softer. Maybe over time it will work its way in, and I'll really be able to get that big dimple that I'm looking for from my tie. But it worked beautifully with the colour palette that I was going with, and in particular, the shoes. These are some burgundy tassel loafers from Russell and Bromley. These are brand new in as well. I've actually put some heel packers in these because I think they're a little bit too big for my feet. These are a size 42, and I am normally a 42, but I think I could have done with half a size or a full size down. But we're gonna go with them anyway, and these have got a lovely grip on the bottom of them, so I don't have to have anything done to keep me on my feet in these. But these just work really nicely with that tie. There's like a slightly similar kind of undertone. I'd say the tie picks out that kind of burgundy colour a lot more than the shoes. And I know that it's quite difficult in this light to see the shoes, but they have these loafers in a load of different colour combinations, and I think there's even a new model out. So I think that these are the original style, and then there is now a 2.0. I'm not sure if it says the name of these anywhere. It doesn't, does it? Another kind of like smart casual look, just trying to experiment and get a little bit more out of my wardrobe. I have a tendency to wear the same trousers all of the time, so I'm trying to encourage myself to get out of that habit. And I'm not going to go into huge details on this next rail, it's a bit busier over there, but I'll quickly turn the camera around and show you what we've got going on. So over on this rail, I've put together 4 looks, and the first look on the end here, I picked up this absolutely stunning double-breasted overcoat This is from New and Lingwood. They're particularly well known for their gowns, and so when we went in there, I stumbled across this navy jacket. I was after a proper long coat, like right down to the floor length, and this was exactly that. The fit of their clothes is just insane. The fall of the shoulders, the way the arms sort of create a nice straight silhouette down the front. Absolutely stunning, really impressed with New and Lingwood. Definitely be buying some more pieces from those guys as well. But as you can see, it's got a nice burgundy lining and a nice strong large lapel on it. I've actually got quite a lot of use out of this jacket already, and I use this as the foundation for a look that I've put together wearing those PT Turini trousers that you've seen on here before. These have got quite like a nice sort of 40s, 50s style to them. The cut's a bit wider, and I'm going to be wearing those with a pair of loafers that I've also picked up from Crockett & Jones over the holiday. A bit more of a casual, relaxed loafer. They've got a slightly more American silhouette, a bit wider on the toe. You notice the ones before are slightly more narrow, that's a bit more European. These are called Bostons, and they have got a nice solid grip on the bottom. So again, I don't have to have anything done with those, but yeah, a little bit more casual, really nice colour brown, and they're gonna work really nicely with the navy, as you can see. Again, I'm going to be wearing a shirt from Charles Tyrwhitt. Absolutely love their shirts. I think they're great value. They fit really nicely, and they haven't got a huge selection. I'd like to see more shirt variations, but they've got the basics, the essentials. So I've picked up a few things from those guys over the last few months. And then this was a lovely present actually from Carrie and her partner. This is from Bud. Don't know if that's showing. There you go. So funnily enough, this was actually a company that Lydia was suggested to go and visit in Burlington Arcade because they're particularly well known for their shirt making. This tie knots up so beautifully. I am going to be buying more ties from Bud. Really, really impressed with these guys. And the shop's really kind of like traditional as well. You walk in there and they've got all of the shirts lined up and braces and pocket squares. So yeah, if you are ever in that area, do pop in and take a look. It's not the most stylized shop, but you're certainly going to go in there and walk away with some lovely products. The last thing that I'm going to show you before we move on is this new double-breasted pinstripe jacket. This is from All Saints. I wasn't expecting this at all. This is part of their latest collection, and it works really nicely as an overcoat for suits. If I quickly put this on actually, a little bit easier to chuck this jacket on. You can see it just falls really elegantly. It looks super smart, and you can wear it kind of like dressed up or dressed down. So if you're wearing black jeans and boots and you're just heading out and you just want to chuck a jacket on, you could definitely get away with wearing this. But equally, if you were wearing something a little bit more formal, this is the sort of jacket that I would be picking up just to help elevate that look. And so they're just a few pieces that I've acquired over the last couple of months. Some I've purchased, some I've been very kindly gifted. But this year, I'm really looking forward to homing in more on my wardrobe. I feel like I know the direction I want to go in. Finding the pieces is going to be a journey. It's something that's supposed to be enjoyed, and I'll keep on expanding on that. I'm not sure if my expectations of fit is a little bit too high. I obviously see these 6'2", 6'5" models wearing these really elegant trousers, and I'm like, that's the cut, that's the way I want my trousers to look. And I've got these little short legs, and it's just not quite the same. So I need to keep it real and just keep on working on trying to find that nice balance between having comfortable, relaxed fitting trousers. That's something I'm working on. I think at the moment, a lot of my wardrobe is filled with trousers that are just slightly too tight around the quad area. Could probably do with a little bit more length. So the new trousers that I've been picking up are a little bit longer, and also just trying to go a little bit wider, particularly around that quad area. So I'm going to keep on working on that. Hopefully I'll find that balance. For a guy that's my height, I'm 5'9", for anybody that wants to know. Finding a nice sort of size and fit for me, and then obviously keep on working on finding shirts and jackets that complement my size. It's actually like a curse. So the more you get into tailoring and sartorial style, the more you kind of like can see and pick out what fits and what doesn't fit well. And even in my own wardrobe, like the majority of my jackets, they don't fit well, especially stuff that comes off the hanger. You can't always get great fitting shoulders off the hanger, often a little bit too narrow, or the body's a little bit too wide, or there's a little bit too much fabric around the chest area. The list goes on, and sometimes the more you learn, the more you see, and sometimes it's better just to not know. I used to think that some of my clothes fit perfectly, and as I'm educating myself and understanding, what classic fits would be like and seeing what I was wearing or what I still have in my wardrobe, I'm like, that's not right, that's wrong, this isn't right. But I guess that's all part of the process, and I can continue to work towards trying to expand my wardrobe to achieve the fits and the styles and the looks that I enjoy. I think my next venture is probably going to be a made to measure from Tom Sweeney. I've loved their stuff for a long time now. I've got a jacket that you can see up there, I think, a couple of pairs of trousers. So fantastic house, and I'm going to pop in and get probably either a herringbone or a charcoal suit, just something super classic, just a two-piece, probably single breast, possibly double, and just keep it nice and classic and simple, and just keep on building that sort of capsule wardrobe that I want for my sartorial style. So yeah, that's fashion done for today. We are going to be heading downstairs because I have PC physiotherapy coming over, Mr. Paul Collins. He came last week and absolutely battered my shoulder. My shoulders have always been a little bit niggly. I've had a lot of issues over the years, and in the last kind of like 3 months, I'd say, it's got to the point where it's really affects my training. I'm not able to lift that heavy weights. Even doing chest exercises has been super uncomfortable. And he came and he obliterated them, and they were really tight, and there was lots of stuff going on that shouldn't have been. And I was very tender last week, and I'm probably just about getting over it, but I feel better already. There's still lots of work that needs to be done. He's going to have a go today on my left shoulder and give that a good go. Probably continue to tweak on this right one, which is the problem child at the moment. And then when we get this sorted, hopefully everything will kind of start working for me again, and I can actually train correctly, because I am the reason that these shoulders are in such bad shape. I don't stretch out properly. Sometimes I don't stretch out at all. I just rush up because I feel like I've got too much stuff I need to do, and I neglect them, just like all the other body parts that I neglect. So I think that it's time that I start spending a little bit more time looking after my body. I'm getting a bit older now, things are aching a little bit longer, things take a little bit longer to repair and recover. So I'm gonna be getting Paul in a little bit more regularly, and then once Paul's done his stuff, I'll probably go to some sort of system where I'm having regular massages and obviously keeping up with stretching. And I do want to incorporate my yoga sessions again. I got into a really good routine of doing yoga sessions on Sundays. It was a really nice way to start the day. It's very relaxing and calming, but yin yoga was fantastic for my stretching routine. So anyway, I'm going to get prepping some food, then get ready for Paul to come do some damage. That's my best one yet, actually. Yeah, let's see this on the video. I've just done Paul. This is
unbelievable.
This is the coffee art at the minute, so it's not unbelievable, but we're getting there.
It's going to taste amazing, I'm sure.
I'm sure it's going to taste amazing. All over the carpet. Right, we're going to set the camera up there.
That is banging, mate.
Very good.
What have you been up to since last week then?
What, as in life?
Just, yeah, well, just general, yeah.
What did we do on...
Head back as far as you can go.
Oh, I'm going to a concert called the 1975.
Okay, go on. How's that feeling?
Yeah. Feels, honestly, mate, can't feel my shoulders.
That's bloody brilliant.
Yeah.
That's the end of today's session.
Last time you come, but
Why's your arm on that?
the issue is
I know.
when I'm lifting away.
Yeah, I know. That's it. Right, that done. Yeah, so that's all good. So when you're lifting, yeah. Okay, come back down. Yeah. Right, hold it there then. That's it, and don't let me move you. Just want to feel, how does that feel?
Nothing.
Decent.
Yeah.
That's well good, man. Push away. Yeah.
Nothing.
And then relax. That's going to be fine. Hold it there.
Yeah.
Push away.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh. Left bit, but that's not the problem.
That's alright. No, that's
Don't
fine.
touch that.
Yeah, no. Don't want to break.
But that was old.
Old school.
Not. It was.
Yeah, more of the impingement.
There from it was that one.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's fine.
That's good.
Yeah,
this
good.
one.
Yeah. Wait, okay then. Hand behind back, as hard as you can go. Right, good range. And then push that away.
Away.
Go onto your back. And I'm going to do your neck first. Got that on your back. We'll do clips, yeah? And then we'll do both shoulders.
Do you want me to move my towel for this? A bit in the way.
Yeah.
Chuck on the floor.
Okay.
Do you want me to get close to you?
That's right. I've always got to...
Oh, I'm not relaxing, am I?
Yes, you are. Just relax. That's it. Take a breath in. And out. There you
Ooh, yeah.
go. And again. And out.
Ooh, yeah.
Jeez.
That's big ones.
That was big.
Big
Right.
daddies. Yeah.
Top boy. Top man. Right, ready?
Yep.
And out. Nice.
That was good.
And again. And out. Oh, okay, you right?
Yep.
Good. Right, let's do this. Rock and roll.
Oh, you're straight on it. Like, it's like you can see through.
I can, mate. I've got see-through goggles on.
Alright.
There's something called bulletproofing your shoulders, buddy.
Alright.
It might be worth having a little look at.
Is it a training method?
Yeah, I can have a look at it with you. I've got. Well, it's basically just doing some shoulder rehab, shoulder strengthening.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we strengthen a lot of legs now. Squats, compound exercises. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lunges. They've gone into fashion, but everyone neglects the shoulders.
Yeah.
So whenever we're doing, and especially with like compound, I'd say you're doing like a squat with a weight, you've still got to use your shoulders, right?
Yeah.
But all we're thinking about is what are our legs doing? Can my legs do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not thinking actually, are my shoulders being all right here?
Good evening. Yesterday, Paul absolutely obliterated my shoulders. I woke up feeling very sore and tender today, but that is exactly what he came to do. At the end of the session, we actually went through a little bit of rehab. And so what I'm going to be working on is doing some bands and sort of re-strengthening my shoulders, but just doing it slowly over the course of a couple of weeks. So I'm just going to start off with some low movements and then slowly work up into what we're calling zone 2, which is around here, and then zone 3 will be the final step before we start increasing some weight and try and get back into the swing of things. So it seems like we have a plan in place, and I haven't got any injuries as such. I can't remember, I'm not going to do it any justice, but I get inflamed things in my shoulders that he's been working on, and obviously, as I've had previously with impingements and stuff, it's nothing super serious. So I think with some good habits and a little bit of physio, and then for me to continue to stretch and ensure that I'm doing what I can to put my body in the best position, I'll be able to move forward and get on with my life. I won't be getting held back by these two causing me problems. But this evening I actually headed to an indoor golf simulator with my dad. It's the first time I'd swung a club in probably 2 months, maybe even 3 months. It's been ages. I think the last time I played may have even been Portugal. It was a very long time ago, and I picked up the driver on the first tee. I absolutely creamed it. I was like, wow, I've picked up where I've left off. Really got lured into that false sense of security, and as I continued to play, I just lost it. And so I think I was 17 or 18 over on 14 holes. It was terrible. Lots of practice that's going to be taking place over the coming months as we approach the sort of summer season, which is where I really do enjoy my golf. And I'm going to try and get out as much as I did last year at least. So hopefully I'll be able to pick up where I left off in a few weeks. I just need to get that muscle memory working again. But there are a few nice shots in there, and it was really nice to spend some time with my dad also to swing a club again. So yeah, there's going to be more golf in 23, which I'm looking forward to. But I thought this was a good time to wrap up the video, because tomorrow I'm going to be heading out for a very fun activity, which I'm going to be sharing in next week's video. So I will keep you posted then. I hope you do have a great rest of the week, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, 5 PM. Take care.